Hi Cancers. So this is going to be a general love reading for my Cancers. So take what resonates and leave out what doesn't. Of course, there's no gender in tarot. And always feel free to switch or place the energies where you feel they need to be. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with my Cancers. Do we use this deck? Okay, I'm being called to use my Love Oracle deck, which I don't think I did this with. I think I only did this for one sign. I think it was one of the air signs, but okay. If I'm being guided to do something, I will do it. Definitely not a coincidence. There might be some messages here with this Oracle deck. Let's see. Ascending. Transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, and preparing for union. And at the top of the deck, we have girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. So some of you guys, especially if you're, not that I'm making this, before we even get into that, I forgot to say this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, or any other Cancer placement that is significant to you. Take what resonates, leave out what doesn't. Of course, there's no gender in tarot, and always feel free to switch or place the energies where you feel they need to be placed. Okay, now that we got that out of the way. Some of you guys, especially if you are a female, okay, you might actually be hanging out with friends, or you could be hanging out with a specific friend. I am getting that, okay? Now with the ascending and transcending obstacles, I have to kind of see what comes out here in the tarot so we can kind of see what that ascending card means, okay? But let's see, what tarot deck do I use? The Labanco? Okay, well actually I have my phone sitting on top of the Labanco. So give me a second so I could get the deck out of the box, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some cards. So give me more general messages, general love messages. Thank goodness Mercury retrograde is almost over because... Okay, so general love messages for my Cancers. 3 of Cups. Yeah, that kind of ties into the girl talk. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Now, obviously, you could be a guy, and this could also be your energy, but I am getting... That might be specific, okay? That might be for some of you, okay? Where you're just kind of feeling that, like, nudge to like hang out with some friends, something along those lines, okay? 3 of Cups. Give me more with that 3 of Cups. General love messages for my Cancer. What is that 3 of Cups? The Fool. Yeah, and that kind of goes with the Ascending card. I almost said Ascension. Ascension. Same thing though. Transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, and preparing for union. So you might be actually moving on. You might be hanging out with friends more. You might be prioritizing friendships, or maybe if it's not friends, it could be family, but I am getting like friendship vibes, because you may be getting out of a connection. Yeah, you might be moving on from a connection. Hangman is on top, so you might be, at the top of the deck, you might be, excuse me, you might be looking at things from a different perspective, because the hangman talks about looking at things from a different point of view. Okay? Hanged man is looking at things from a different perception. Okay, a different angle. So you might even be looking at a situation in a different light as opposed to how you did in the past. Okay? So, let's see. There's so much noise. Like, I understand the birds chirping and stuff, but I'm just like, if I would have started earlier, y'all would have been like, why did you even start recording? There is so much noise. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you guys might be, okay, if this is not you already, 9 of Pentacles, where you have your own money, you're secure, you have it going for you on your own, this is an energy that is going to actually start happening. Where you're actually going to start to have your own independence. And notice how this person, specifically in this tarot deck, is like, has like abundance, meaning like the pentacles, but notice how they have a backpack and they're like looking ahead. So some of you guys, some of my Cancers, you are about to start a path where you are independent financially, or you have already started this. Okay? An Ace of Pentacles. This could even be an opportunity of work. So for some of you, if you're considering looking for work, which when you work, you are independent in some way, right? Because you're making the money. You're not depending on anyone else to make it for you. This is an opportunity that's coming in. And for others of you, this is something you're already... No, I feel like for most of you, this is something that's like incoming, okay? But I mean, don't get too fixated on the time frame. You know, time is fluid. But you are becoming independent within your own self, okay? Some of you guys may do something that has to do with like DIY. That could be for some of you where there's something about arts and crafts. Or there's something about like maybe hair accessories that you may want to do. And it may actually be like not just a hobby, but something that allows you to have money, to make money. Okay? I want you to look at that. The 3 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, the Strength card. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of you guys may be feeling some kind of heartbreak, or something may be weighing kind of heavy on your heart, okay? And I feel like you're being pushed to no longer be stuck. Because 4 of Pentacles is kind of like, the way I'm looking at it in this context, it's kind of like just being still. Maybe you feel like whatever money you make, this could be like any kind of money, right? This could be like, you know, sometimes like, I don't know why I'm getting this, but you know, sometimes there's like, what is it called? Like Mercari. What else is there besides Mercari? I'm sorry guys for the background noise. You know how sometimes there's like Mercari, or what's that other app? Mercari, like those reseller apps. I don't know why I can't think of them. eBay, right? Any kind of app, Facebook Marketplace, you may feel like you need to hang on to the money, because you may feel like even if it's just 20 or 50 bucks, you have to like have a grasp on that money. Okay, that could be a reason why you're being pushed to be strong. Leo energy. So maybe something to do with Leo season is going to be very significant for you, which we're not too far away from Leo season. It's kind of crazy how we're not actually that far away from Leo season. Well, I mean, we're not that close, but it's like it's been kind of hot where I live, like 80s, 90s. You know, like it's been pretty hot. It's been feeling like it's already summer. So to me, it already feels like it's like June. So there's something here about Leo season, okay? Let's see. Give me more. What are general love messages for my Cancers? General love messages for my Cancers. 9 of Swords. Oh, I think the street sweeper's coming. Okay, I don't think it's that bad anymore. Had to give it like 10-15 seconds to kind of just like not be so noisy. 9 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys may think about this at night. Okay, and I know this is supposed to be like general love messages, but they're general love messages, okay? So there's no specific topic here. This could even be about self-love. I mean, don't shoot the messenger, okay? 9 of Swords. I just feel like some of you guys may really think about a lot of these things at night. Okay, you could be thinking about how you want to be independent, maybe how you want to be happy. Some of you guys may feel like because of lack of resources or a lack of money, right? Which when you work for yourself, like, yeah, I know sometimes, especially if it's like a 9 to 5, it can kind of feel like, oh my God, I got to get up for work. And there's days where you just don't want to go and stuff like that. But it does give you a sense of like when you're craving something, you can buy it for yourself. When you want to go to the store and get yourself something, you can. I feel like I could be channeling, ooh, that was my stomach. I could be channeling something in specific for, like I could be giving like specific channeling messages for some of my Cancers where you just kind of miss that, okay? And I feel like 9 of Swords, you may think about this heavily at night or whenever you like, you know, you have downtime, okay? Ace of Wands, okay? Sorry guys, I had gotten a text message. I was like, oh, it was like a notification. I don't know. Some of you guys, maybe while you're watching this, you get like, an email or like a notification, okay? It might be like something to do with like hearing back from a place you applied, or it could be someone who does business, okay? Something along those lines. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like with the Ace of Wands here and then like the 9 of Swords that had came out, I feel like some of you guys, maybe at night, you may want to pay attention to downloads you get, okay? Maybe for some of you, you may want to pay attention to the music you're intrigued by, or, you know, messages come in many different forms. For some people, it comes through music, through animals, through nature, through words that other people are saying when you're out and about, through color. I mean, there's so many different ways that the universe, you know, source sends you signs. And I feel like you may be getting a sign on how you can start a new life here with the Ace of Wands being here at the top of the deck. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with thinking. Also, this is Gemini energy. We have Gemini, we have Aries, we have Leo energy. There's something here about thinking, but not in the way where it's like in agony, because 9 of Swords is like so wrapped up in your head I almost want to say where downloads don't come through. It's just, not saying downloads can't come through, but it is heavier than it is lighter energy, okay? So you may want to put something that may lighten up your mood, okay? Let's see, general love messages for my Cancers. King of Swords. Who is this King of Swords? Need more. Six of Cups. Okay. King of Swords, the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups clarified the King of Swords. I'm so sorry, guys. There could be something here about someone from the past. Is this like a love interest though? I don't feel like it's a love interest, but it can be. Need more with that King of Swords and Six of Cups. Need more with that King of Swords and Six of Cups. The Ten of Wands. I am getting this is a friend. Does not matter their gender, if they're a male or a female. Any gender can embody the King of Swords, okay? That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They don't have to even be those specific signs. This could be someone who has a lot of wisdom, and I feel like it could be someone from the past. Maybe this is like a past friend, and this person, 1717, that could be a significant angel number for you. Like on the time recording, it was 1717. This could be someone who you feel like you can let your inner child out with, or there's something here about when you, because look at these two, they're like in a big cup and they're like communicating to each other. So maybe there's something about children, okay, or this could just be like both of your guys' inner child coming out. But besides it being like lighthearted and childlike, you could have you could get a lot of wisdom from this person. This person could be very wise, okay? It does not matter their age. They could just be someone who's has a lot of wisdom, okay? 1818, as I was saying that. They may have a lot of wisdom within them to offer towards you. But it does feel like something that's not just, you know what it's kind of giving me? You know how like when you think of a King of Swords, you think of like someone that's kind of like a little serious and stern sometimes, you know? It's also giving me like it's not just someone you go to for like logical, straight to the point, no filtered, wise advice. It's also like you also let free, and you're allowed to just feel something with your inner child, okay, with this person. So it's not just someone that you go to for like serious advice, you know, because you know how there's people like you go to and it's like all like they give you great advice, but you can't really like what's kind of like what I'm like, think of it like when you were a child, right? And you go to your counselors from school for advice, right? Or for like guidance. It's not the same thing as when you like go to like a bestie, right? Or like a bro at school and you could just like mess around. This is like, I don't know, I'm getting something about best of both worlds. And with this Ten of Wands here, I feel like this person may tell you something about Ten of Wands energy, which like talks about letting go of burdens, because look at this person. They do have the Ten of Wands on their back, but they're being resilient. I mean, they're climbing up a wall and they're carrying these 10 wands on their back. Okay, so there could be something about like, either this person tells you something about that or you tell them about that. Yeah, I'm getting something about release of energy. Okay, so general love messages for Cancer. Six of Pentacles. I know this is not very romantic, right? Because when we think general love messages, we might be like, what the heck, Gemini glitters? Like, this is supposed to be romantic, right? But I mean, I like this reading. Hopefully it helps my Cancers out there. Six of Pentacles. So give me more about that Six of Pentacles. King of Cups. What about that Six of Pentacles and King of Cups? The Hermit. Okay. Is it what I'm thinking? Let's see. Do I get another card from another deck? No. Okay, so then I'll just channel it. Six of Pentacles, King of Cups, and we have the Hermit on the top of the deck. For some of you, okay? By the way, we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy with the King of Cups, and the Hermit is Virgo, and a little bit of Earth, Six of Pentacles. There could be someone here. They don't have to be a water sign like you, okay? This could be someone who you have not spoken to in a while, or you have not talked to, or this person is just like in the background in some way. Okay, fit that how it resonates. And this person may want to come in and not only are they pretty tempered in their emotions, they're pretty grounded when it comes to their emotional maturity, but this person also is giving or wants to give to you in some way. Okay. Yeah, they may want to give to you in some way. This also could be someone here with the Hermit is the reason why I said that this could be someone who's in the background, right? Like you maybe haven't spoken to this person or this person's been very quiet. Let me see. Any more with the King of Cups, Hermit, and Six of Pentacles? The Emperor. Aries energy. This person could be very, very wise. There could be something about crows too. Okay, maybe when you go out and about, or I don't know, just when you're outside, crows could be significant for you. But there's something here though that I get that has to do with someone who I feel like is either isolated from you or they just have been quiet. Okay, maybe they've been on their own little journey or they went off and did their own little thing. Okay, and I feel like this person is very wise. Okay, not saying they're perfect, because I mean, even if you are the Emperor, the Empress, doesn't mean you're perfect, obviously, but this person may They stand, I'm getting something about they stand on ground, because as I'm looking at this emperor, notice how like their sword? Like, it's giving me like when someone like puts something into the ground and like they leave it there. That sounded better in my head. But there's something them about like being very firm. This might be an energy that they're gonna give off to you. Like they're gonna be very stern with their emotions. What does Cancer think about this energy though? Upright or reverse? Reversed. Knight of Pentacles. Reversed. And we have the King of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands, this could be talking about what you're detaching from. Maybe this person is not reliable, because Knight of Pentacles upright is someone who's as slow as a turtle, but they are going to get something done. The example that I always give is like you send out a letter to the Knight of Pentacles to deliver it, and they might take quite a while, okay? It might take more than the standard shipping time, right? But they get it done, okay? This may be someone here that I feel like, yeah, notice how like the Queen of Pentacles is here. What was I talking about here in this energy? I was talking about your stability and something about independence, right? So I feel like, because I did ask, what does Cancer think about this? I feel like this is someone, I don't think this is your energy, although I did ask, what is it that you think about this energy? Maybe this is someone here, okay, from that you're moving on from the past, and I feel like they may not want you to leave. Why is there energy though here? If I asked if it for Cancer, what did they think about this? Okay, maybe this energy here is so strong, Cancer. This could be someone who's a fire sign, so an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, maybe stronger on the Aries side. This is someone who I feel like they may be very passionate, but when it comes to like stability, they lack that. That could also be why you want to be independent from, like, away from this energy. Okay? And I'm being very intrigued to how this tiger looks. So they could be very like scary when they get mad, or like hot-headed, something along those lines. But I want to know what Cancer thinks of this King of Cups, this like Emperor King of Cups energy. Eight of Pentacles. You may put in work. Some of you guys may not even think about this person. They may be in the back of your mind, but I feel like strongly right now, you might be thinking of some kind of way to get some kind of hobby started, or something with your stability, okay? And with that Eight of Pentacles here, I feel like this could also be talking about how this person comes in whenever you're like, because you know how I asked, what does Cancer think about this energy? Like what your energy was towards this person, this energy here, this person that I feel like is kind of in the background, kind of has been hermit. And the Eight of Pentacles is not really thinking about anything else but work. This is someone who like is focused on their stability. They're not thinking about pretty much anything else. They're thinking about whatever project they need to get done. So you may not even think about this person. For some of you, when you watch this reading, you might even be like, oh, like, I thought about I feel like if this resonates, that person here, you're gonna know. Okay, because maybe you don't think about them like that, but they may be in the back of your mind in some way. And with the Eight of Pentacles, they may come in whenever you're busy or occupied doing something. Okay? Let's see, do I get a different deck? What's this King of Wands and Knight of Pentacles reverse for Cancer? The Emperor. We have the Emperor twice. Yeah, see, but look at how the Emperor... Okay, the King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles reverse are not energies that embody the Emperor. I mean, yeah, the King of Wands is one of the energies that the Emperor embodies because he embodies, you know, the Emperor embodies all kings, right? The King of Cups, King of Swords, King of Pentacles, King of Wands. But there's something here where this person may come off like an emperor. This person that I feel like you may want to get away from. But it's like there's something here where maybe their hot-headed energy or their passion, it's strong. And you know, one of the, even though it's not reversed, but I'm going to go off what I'm channeling. The Emperor in like a low vibrational aspect can come off like, I have it together, I'm masculine, I'm the man, or yeah, like I'm the authoritative figure, or I got it like that, but they really don't. They really don't got it like that. It's someone who has a bit of a power struggle. And the way I'm looking at this King of Wands, this almost looks like they are having a power struggle, because if the King of Wands was so assured of himself, he would not look this distraught. Only a lower vibrational, controlling, not assured of themselves energy would have. And look at that at the top. We have the Tower. So either this is a tower that's soon to come, or for some of you, you have already seen the Tower, meaning like you've seen behind their mask. Maybe in the past you kind of thought it was like out of care. Like, oh, you know how sometimes like we think that when someone acts out of passion or very like hot-headed, we think that's like love. We perceive it as like that person caring. But you may actually be seeing like how it's not. It's just, it's a power control. It's a power struggle actually. Ooh, I hope it's not too triggering, because that's not what I want to do, but I'm just, don't shoot the messenger, I'm just saying what I'm seeing here. Okay? Do I leave it at that? Yes. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Why am I getting, because you know how if you guys know me and watch me, especially if you're like a Gemini, because I am venturing out and doing, other signs and stuff, I will often say, okay, well, I'm gonna leave it at that, and then I'll like go on for 5 more minutes. It's that Gemini rising, I can't help it. And right now, as I like pause for 2 seconds, I could feel like something in me being like, leave it at that, Mylene, which is my name. I mean, yeah, Gemini Glitters, but that's like my actual name. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys got clarity and or guidance. And yeah, bye, Cancer.